In this video, you'll learn how to request approval for a Confluence page using Breeze Document Management. We'll walk you through two approval scenarios. First, how to make a basic approval request. Then, how to do it when the approval workflow allows users to create working copies. Working copies are a powerful concept and allow users to clone pages into a dedicated working copy space and work on these copies before requesting approval, all without affecting the original document. To learn more about working copies, check out the video on setting up an approval workflow. Let's get started. To start the approval process, click the content status at the top of the page. If the page is in draft status, click Request Approval. If the page has any other status, open the More Actions menu and then select Request Approval. In the Approval dialog, you can choose between a standard or a multi-step approval request. The key difference is that a standard request requires only one round of approval, whereas a multi-step request breaks the approval into multiple stages, each of which must be passed before the overall request can be accepted. Next, click the pen icon to add the desired approvers and choose the approval type. Please note, if your workflow uses an approver preset, you may see limited options or pre-filled fields. Finally, you can set an optional due date by which the approval should be completed. When you're ready, click Request Approval to start the process. The page status will change to In Approval, and Breeze will add a page comment with @mentions of the approvers. This triggers an email notification, a message in the Confluence Notification Center, and optionally a Slack notification if configured. Keep in mind, Confluence does not send @mention notifications to the person who created the mention. So if you select yourself as an approver, you won't receive a notification. While the basic approval process shown earlier requires users to publish changes before approval, working copies allow you to separate editing and requesting approval from actually publishing the content, only after it has been reviewed and approved. This separation is achieved by cloning the original page into a dedicated working copy space, which should have been defined when setting up the approval workflow. Start by clicking the content status at the top of the page. If you have editing permissions, click the More Actions menu and select Create Working Copy. If you have read-only permissions, you won't see the More Actions menu, but instead, Breeze provides a direct link to create the working copy. Confirming the dialog will clone the page into the predefined working copy space and assign it draft status. Since Confluence requires unique page names within a space, Breeze automatically adds the original page's space key to the working copy's title to avoid naming conflicts. Once the working copy is created, you can edit the content freely without affecting the original page. When editing is complete, click the content status to start either a standard or multi-step approval request. Click the pen icon to add approvers and choose the approval type. As with standard requests, if your workflow uses an approver preset, you may see pre-filled or limited fields. Optionally, set a due date for when the approval should be completed. Finally, click Request Approval to begin the process. Breeze will update the page status to In Approval and notify the approvers using @mentions in a page comment, keeping everything secure and fully integrated into Confluence. That's it! You now know how to request page approvals in Breeze, whether you're working directly on a page or using working copies for a more controlled approval workflow. To explore advanced features like workflow customization, be sure to visit the Breeze documentation. Also, check out our next video on approving or rejecting requests, where we'll show you how approvers can review content and make approval decisions. Thanks for watching.